Bonjour tout le monde. Maintenant, je suis très content de vous voir aujourd'hui. Et, euh, et, je, et je voudrais parler en français, mais je ne peux pas parler beaucoup. Donc, je vais parler en anglais. Ça va? Vous comprenez? Okay. Dear respected Thầy, dear the whole Sangha, today is the 30th. Oh. Today is today's day. And we are in Lower Hamlet in a spring retreat. And today we are going to share with each other about the practice of mindful breathing, of conscious breathing. It is an essential practice of Plum Village. And before sharing about this, I'm going to just tell you one of my story about my soulmate. For sure that we have good friends, we have soulmates in our life, and me too, I have two soulmates, and I was born with them, and for sure that I will die with them. But many times, or all the time, I forget them. But they are very faithful to me. Many years ago, I received a writing from my younger brother, who is also a monk, Brother Chung Hai. He's now in Thailand, in Plum Village in Thailand. And he shared about his two soulmates. And when I read his writing, I felt very inspired. And I also like to practice the same. And now I would like to invite you to put your hands on your abdomen. And with a smile, we are aware of our body, of the rising and falling of our abdomen. And whenever I'm doing this, my soulmates are here with me. And you know already, huh? His name is in-breath and her name is out-breath. And all the time, or many times, I forgot them. But then whenever I can be able to be there with them, I am at peace. And in the sutras of full awareness of breathing, the Buddha provides sitting exercises of mindful breathing. And today I'm going to share with you the first 4 exercises about the practice of breathing. The first that we identify the breath. I write all the 4, huh? All 4. The second is follow the breath. And the third is be aware of body. And the fourth is release tension in body. In the year 2005 or 2006, I was in Prajna Monastery in Vietnam. And at that time I was in the caretaking council, we call CTC, of the monastic Sangha, that we have a group of monastic brothers and sisters who take care of the activities of the Sangha. And I was the eldest from the of the sister side. And we organized a retreat at that time. And there are quite a lot of work. And we worked together, 2 hamlets. And after, in one meeting, there's so many ideas were shared in that meeting. And one brother shared something that made me very angry. And actually at that time I didn't recognize that I was in anger, but I feel very irritated inside. And the meeting didn't finish yet, but then it was too much inside, and I stood up and walked back to the nunnery, to the nun residence. And on the way back to my room, from the meeting place to my room, I was blaming my brothers and sisters because I see that their idea was not appropriate at all. How can he share such an idea in that situation? I didn't really remember what it is, but I really remember my emotion at that time. It made me very irritated. And I came home and I went to one of my elder sister's room. There is a hammock in her room. And whenever I like sitting on the hammock. Even I don't like to swim, but I really like to sit on the hammock. And she told me that, okay, whenever you like to relax, just come to my room and sit on the hammock. And at that time, it just come up in me that I need a place, a quiet place to settle down. And I came to her room and sat on the hammock. And I just was scroll me like this, with like very heaviness inside, because I didn't agree with my brother that the way they organize things, the way they share in the meeting, I didn't feel very pleasant. So while I was like bending down, and I feel a bit tired. It's difficult to breathe when you sit like this, right? It was tired for a while, and I just recognized that I was tired. And when I just aware that tiredness in my body, right away I'm aware that I was very irritated. I was angry toward my brother. And at the moment that I recognized that I was in anger, it's something come up along with that energy, that irritation, that I'm not okay. I was not so okay at all at that time. I was in irritation. So I stood up on the hammock and come back to my breathing. And I remember just after 1 or 2 in-breath and out-breath, I recognized that I need more breathing. So I came to the meditation hall, was like maybe just 10 steps away, and I sat down for sitting. And it was an experience for me that when I was able to be back with my breathing, even the issue was not resolved. Even the irritation is still there, anger is still there, and even I didn't talk to my brother yet about what I was thinking or what I was feeling. But I was in the place of safety. I felt okay with myself. And from that point, I can continue. So the practice of in-breath and out-breath is very simple. You heard about it all the time. For you who stay here for 1 week, maybe you heard a lot about that. And for those who stay for more than 1 week, or my monastic siblings, we heard about that maybe 1,000 times. But for me, that is really a challenge to practice mindful breathing. And the second exercise is we follow the breath. When we breathe in or when we breathe out, that breath has the length. And we need to stay with the breathing from the beginning to the end. Our mind is always like to take off, like breathe in and then take off, and then land in again, and then off, and then in, like that. But it's okay. For me, it's okay. I accept myself when it's happened to me like that, and I just do it again. And my practice is keep doing it all the time. In the last Sunday, Sister Tuệ Nghiêm have shared that she tried to find many ways to surprise herself in her practice, so that she tried to find many ways to surprise herself, so that she doesn't get bored in her practice. and we do the same. And in the second exercise of mindful breathing, following the breath, is the concentration will be stronger, will be deeper compared to the first exercise. It seems that it means that we stay with the breath. And it is a process of training. At the beginning, we are not feel familiar. We don't feel familiar with the fact that we aware of our breathing, even we are breathing all day or all night, but we don't really aware that we are breathing in or we are breathing out. And also when we breathe and when we practice the mindful breathing, we are here with ourselves in this moment to recognize that we are alive, that we are surrounded by so many wonders of life, especially in springtime. It's much easier for us to see the beauty of spring. In the last Tuesday, in Lower Hamlet, we have, after sitting meditation, all the Sangha will have the hike. It was very joyful. We divide into 2 groups, and I joined the group walk faster, a little bit fast, and we went on a loop around the castle. It was sunshine and warm, and many sisters and lay friends in our group, maybe more than 30, more than 30, yeah. And we passed by a polar group, a little bit further from here, not the polar group of in our hamlet, in this direction. And there are many flowers, the purple flowers. I don't really know the name. It is spring beauty or sun draw something. I don't know exactly the name of that flowers, but it's all purple, light purple. And the feel of the flowers under the polar trees was so beautiful. They was dewed in the very early morning. And you know, when the sun shines, when the sun is up and the light is light on the dew and the dew, and all sparkled, and the light was twinkling. It was like stars, all the flowers twinkling at that time. And I and my younger sister, we sit next to the flowers and have breakfast. We have bell and breakfast in silence. And I see that somehow if I was there among flowers, among sisters, friends who are very quiet and silent, and they all smile to each other, but if I was stuck in something in here, if I was not there, if I have sadness, irritation, I don't think that I can enjoy the nature that much. And I felt so grateful to everything, every condition that are there with me at that moment. And the morning was so fresh, sitting there very close to the flowers and trees. I can taste, I can smell the fragrance of the earth, and also the lights and the morning dews, and the sister and the friends and the good food. I am going to read, to offer to you one of Thay's poems that I like. I'm not sure that I understand Thais correctly in this poem, but I still like it. I read in Vietnamese first. Yeah, the poem Thai wrote about the breathing, and it was very powerful. Dây neo, cái đề của nó là dây neo. The title is the anchor. Cành lá thì thào, rồi cành lá lặng yên. Thuyền tôi cập bến trăng sao, hơi thở là dây neo, tôi duy trì vũ trụ. The branches and the leaves whispers. Then the branches and leaves, be still and quiet, be still and tranquil. My boat land on the shore of the moon and the stars. Breathing is the anchor. I maintain the cosmos. I'm not sure that I understand Thai's poem, this poem, but I like this poem a lot. And the practice of breathing helped me to overcome my difficulties so many times. In the year 2012, when I get back from Vietnam, very exhausted, burned out. After the Prajna event, I was so sick. And I came back to Lower Hamlet, just like I came back home. And my sister let me rest. I didn't have any responsibility. I didn't have to join the rotation. I didn't have any responsibility of the Sangha or of Dharma Teachers Council. I didn't have to go to the meetings. So I have all my time, free time to take care of my health. But then the seed of inferiority comes up very strong in me. That I felt that I was useless. I was so sick at that time, and I could not do anything, even the very simple work. And because I have all leisure time, that seed comes up even stronger, and it really needs my attention. And I remember I like the path, this path along the trees out here a lot. And I made a commitment with that path, and I walk. I did practice walking meditation every day on that path. And I was surprised to myself because I perceive myself as a person who is very joyful. It's easy to be joyful and have a lot of joy and happiness. I love my sisters, and I know that my sister loves me also. And I don't know why I have that seed, the seed of the inferiority, too strong like that. I don't know why. Because in my family, what I understand that we don't have that seed quite, that strong. And it was overwhelmed. It's come up all the time that it appears like days and nights. Whenever I see my sister doing something around me, I see my brother doing something or playing around me, and I even could not look at their face. At that time, it was very easy to cry, and I hide myself to somewhere in Lower Hamlet. There's many places to hide yourself in Lower Hamlet and cry, or even to sit there and feel very heavy. And after about 2 months, more than 2 months, one day, when I practice walking, slow walking meditation along that road. And I stick to the practice of breathing a lot because I knew that I could not do anything else. I cannot live joyfully again, or whether I find something else to do, or whether I have to do something, because I felt that it's not me. It's not me, the sister who is drowned in the inferiority. I didn't recognize that was me. And I didn't know what to do. Just practice and stick to the practice of walking, of breathing. And one day, it's normal day, I start to walk normally. And when I just slowly walk from there to the end of that road. And when I turn to walk back again, and suddenly the image of my father comes up. It's very clear in me that my father was there with me at that time. And I started to cry a lot because I don't know why, but I understand why I have that inferiority. My father died when I was 11 years old. And he died when he was just 39 years old, younger than me now. And he left behind him 7 children with my mom. And my father was a very energetic man. He's very intelligent and joyful. And he's also very strong. And at the moment that the image of my father comes up in me, I felt that this is the first time in my life that I understand my father. He was sick for almost 7 years before he died. And my mother took care of her children. And he was there lying down. He could not sit or could not walk. There is a tumor on his spinal cord, and it's blocked the blood, and he could not walk or could not stand, could not sit. So at the moment that the image of my father comes up, I understand right away that why I have that inferiority. I carry my father's suffering. I carry my father's inferiority along. I thought that I love him the most, and I understand him the most in the family, because I am his only girl in the family. I have 6 brothers. 4 older brothers and 2 younger brothers. I thought that I understand him. But then 35, 36 years after, that first time I found out that I just receive love and care from him. I never was there to try to understand my father at all. I just receive. So from the moment that I welcome my father back again in me, that I felt much, much lighter. I talked to myself that I can do this. I can overcome this. And I talked to my father, don't worry, I do it for you. And afterward I write him letters every day in my Kung Fu book. Even he died many years ago. But when I do that, it starts the healing. And from that day, I found that it is much easier for me to continue the journey of transformation and healing for myself and my father, and also my family. And when we practice these two exercises, we generate a safe place. We generate a home where it's intimate, where it's peaceful for ourselves. There's a song that breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. That when we practice these exercises, we ourselves create that place, that safe place for ourselves and also for others. There's also one time in Prajna Monastery, I have a lot of good memories with my younger sister. And there's one of my younger sisters, she knows that I like poem, and especially I like Thai's poem. And one day she practiced calligraphy in Thai with Thai style, and she write 2 sentences, poems, in calligraphy style and in the very beautiful paper. And she came to me and offered me, and she said that, sister, because she saw that I was not so well at that time. I was a little bit sick and sad, and she bring that gift to me, and she say, sister, I would like to offer this gift for you. This is Thai's poem. That's very wonderful. And I say, yeah, so thank you so much. And she told me, open it. And I open it, and I read the poem, and I say, is it Thai's poem? She said, yes. Don't you know it? I said, no. It's a bit confused inside. And she said, that is Thai's poem. I thought that you know a lot about Thai's poem, huh? I said, oh, yeah. It's beautiful, huh? Something clicked inside of me. And I said, thank you. And because she is so sure that it made that I'm not sure about myself. So I opened my notebook and I look again. That is my poem. That's not Thai poem. That is my poem. I look at it again, second time. That is my poem. So, but I said nothing to her afterward. I don't know she knows it or not. But my older sister said that, you lucky, because they think that your poem is Thai poem. So I said, well, I don't know. So this is that poem, that is 2 poems. There is a place where peace reigns. Reigns? There is a place where peace reigns, a place where sufferings can bloom flowers, flowers of love and compassion. That is the first 2 sentences in one of my poems. Có một nơi cho bình yên ngự trì, cho khổ đau kết thành hóa trải yêu thương. At that time, I haven't practiced well to find out this peaceful place yet. I just feel it. I feel and I believe that there is such a place like that. There is such a place where I am safe, I am at peace, where I can be happy, where I can be myself. I don't know where it is. Maybe you find yourself your safe place, huh? And me too, I find myself my safe place. Until now, it's a little bit clearer and a little bit more concrete for me. That whenever I see that I need to be there by myself, in that place, then I can be there. I don't know how to describe it for you, but when we practice breathing, just breathing, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. That's simple. Then that safe place will be cultivated every day, every minute, every second, through our activity during the day. And you see, when you come here, all the activities in our hamlets were supporting us to produce, to find out, to cultivate that place. I don't know where it is. You find yourself. And this is my friend. You see it? When I touch, I like stars. When I touch this wooden star, it is a reminder to come back to my breathing. Many of my younger sisters, they share that, yes, they know the practice of mindful breathing is very essential. It's always important, but it's difficult to maintain, difficult to continue, and we always forget. And for me, the more I practice, the more I have faith in my practice and in the practice of my brothers and sisters, because it's helped me to overcome my difficulties, my sufferings, helped me to love my brothers and my sister more. And I just find many ways to remind myself to practice the very simple exercises. And this is one reminder. I find him as my friends. Whenever I touch this star, I remember my soulmates and come back to my breathing. And there's many ways that the brothers and sisters and the friends, they find for themselves to continue on this path. And The third exercise is be aware of the body. Yeah, we have heard a lot from Thai that we always forget that we have body. We just like spend our whole life to achieve something, to fight something out there, or to please others, to help others. But many times we forget ourselves. I was forgetting myself when I walked from the meeting room to my room. At that time, many years ago, I was blaming my brothers, I was judging my brothers. And actually I think I walk with my head, not my feet. Just thinking all the time. Until I recognized that I was not so okay. Then I remember to come back to my breathing again. When I was 19 or 20, I read Thai's book, and there is a sentence made me very shocked. That Thai said, chợ ôm thay ma đi quanh trong cuộc đời. That's in Vietnamese. Do not carry your dead body and going around your life. And I didn't really understand that sentence, but it's like wake up inside something. It's wake up something inside of me. And right in this moment, are you aware of your breathing? I just ask myself when I listen to the tick-tack of the clock. In one of the summer retreat, some years ago, I don't remember, I have talked to a friend. Maybe she came from South America. I don't remember her name, but in summer, there's hundreds of friends who come from all over the world, come to Plum Village and practice with us. And we normally divide into many groups that we call families. That is where like about more than 20 people to gather together, to have dinner together, have Dharma sharing together. And a group of monastics will take care of each group. And in that summer retreat, me and some of my younger sisters took care of one group like that. And in summer, because it's long, it lasts for 4 weeks, so it's quite long. And I have to learn how to preserve my energy, so that I can go through the summer 4 weeks without any interruption, because my health is not so good. So if I got sick, I don't think the sister can replace me, or any sister can replace each other, because we have just that numbers of sisters, and we divide equally to take care of responsibility in summer retreat. So I try to preserve my energy by the way that when I finish I finish activity, I get back right away to my tent. I call my tent is a summer palace. When I get back to my tent, I promise that I just go back to myself, take care of myself, so that I can, when I attend the next activity, I am healthy and energetic again to be there for friends who comes. And at that time I was in my tent already, relaxing and enjoying the plum leaves and the bird song. And the sister came down and said, "Sister, your child look for you." And I said, "What? I'm a monastic. I don't have family. I don't have any children." And they said, "Your child is waiting for you." And my sister teased, the sister teasing each other that when we take care of family, and we call, "You have family, you have children." So when I get out of my tent, and I saw one of the lady who is in my family, in my Dharma sharing group. Yeah, she was waiting for me in the bell tower. And when I came to her, and I asked her that, "How can I help you? What happening?" And she started to cry a lot. I was so struck. And I invite her to sit down. And I sit next to her in the bell tower in Lower Hamlet. And at that time I can feel her body was trembling, was shaking a lot. I didn't know what happened, but then I was there with her and we breathed together. And after some minutes, she said, "I'm sorry, sister, I need your help." And she tell her story. Because the day before and that morning, we give guidance about the 5 years old child. The exercise about being in touch with the inner child. And because the memories, which is not so happy, come up in her quite strong. So she was so emotional. So I sat with her at that time and asked her to breathe with me. And I invite her to put her hand on the abdomen and breathe just as we did. And I can feel that when we are emotional, our body is very tense. And the tension in body can, when we accumulate a lot of tension in the body, it's easy to create pain or sickness. It's happened to me also. So I just invite her to visualize herself as a tree. We sit in front of it was a tree, a very big tree. And the abdomen, this part of our body, just like the trunk of a tree. And whenever we are not so stable, then we try to get back here. And the way I often do is to put my hands on the abdomen to support my body, to support my breathing, and to really be there with my body, with my breathing. So I invite you to come back to your breathing and maybe put your hands on the abdomen again. And with the sound of the bell, we like to be there for our body. And we feel a peaceful place. So we already know about this picture. Last Sunday, Sister Thuan have shared. And when we share about the practice of mindfulness, which is one seed in here, the seeds of mindfulness. For sure that there's many other seeds, the seeds of love, of compassion, of confidence, faith, as well as the seeds of jealousy, despair, anger, other kinds of things. And through 5 organs, the ear, the eye, the nose, the tongue, and the body, we receive everything from outside, whether it's good or not so good, and it's go directly to the store consciousness and water the seeds down here. And when you come here, even you stay for just 1 week, even with no intention, the seed of happiness have been watered, at least for 6 days already, through all kind of activities. That when you go to the meditation hall, when you go to dining hall, or even go to the toilet, everyone practice like being calm and being slow. Everything happen here in Plum Village is a little bit slower, right? So even you aware of it or not, the seed of mindfulness have been watered. So sometimes it's manifest, it's come up. And when it's come up here through breathing, then it's become mindful breathing. And when through walking, it is mindful walking or mindful eating. And when we share about the practice of mindful breathing, there's many questions concerning to this, that how can we cultivate, how can we maintain this practice? Because it was quite simple, but it's not so easy, because we like to forget it all the time. And in the Buddhist teaching, there's a teaching about 4 conditions. Tự duyên. The first is the cause condition. Second is condition of development. The third is condition of continuity. Fourth is object as condition. So in Buddhist teaching, these 4 conditions, all phenomena can be explained can be explained in the way that based on these 4 conditions, it will become, or it will be formed. Like for example, we take the one example. We take the seeds of mindfulness. The mindfulness here is the cause condition, and every one of us have this condition in our store consciousness, in our subconsciousness. Even we are noticed about the seed of mindfulness or not, it's be there. And it is the first condition. And how can we help to the seed of mindfulness grow and bloom as flower in our mind consciousness? We are here in Plum Village, and we have the Sangha, we have brothers and sisters, we have nature, we have friends, and all the schedule was supporting and really create a lot of opportunities for us to develop, to strengthen the seed of mindfulness. And sometimes for some brothers and sisters, when we encounter difficulty, it's also somehow help us to be stronger. Sometimes we encounter difficulty and we feel a little bit tired or bored or lose energy, and be aware of the Sangha around you. They all try their best. They are trying their best to do whatever they want to do. And for me, the most important thing here is a condition of continuity. Because if you are here for 1 week, you see that it's quite short, and you try your best to attend every activity, every schedule. But for us, to live more than 1 week in the hamlet, we may get bored. We may say to ourselves that, okay, tomorrow I can do it. Okay, next week I can do it. And the condition of continuity is not sufficient. Just like when we cook something, I am not good at cooking. But then I know that when we cook something, if the fire is not on all the time, it's just like light off for some minutes and then off, and then on and then off, I'm sure that it's not cooked. The potato is not cooked, or the rice is not cooked, or even the very simple dish is not cooked, if the light is on and off all the time. So the continuity is very important. And how can we have this? I don't know. Keep coming back to Plum Village. And for the brothers and sisters, I think that we should be very intelligent with this condition of continuity. That Thai have encouraged us to sign the commitment, to make commitment with a part, or with a staircase, or with a tree, or with something that remind us to practice continuously. And the last condition is the object as condition. Like the seed of mindfulness here, it will manifest through the object as breathing or walking. It's become mindful breathing or mindful walking. Then we can feel that energy. I don't know, have you ever been walked behind Thai? Yeah, some of us do, huh? So we feel very easily the energy of peace when Thai do walking. Very slowly, very peaceful, just like the seal of the emperor, really there on the earth. So with these 4 conditions, that is the foundation to cultivate, to form, to become something. If we really want to continue a kind of practice, or continue a good habit energy of, for example, of mindful breathing, of being aware of the body, of something else, that please be aware of these 4 conditions, and we have each other to cultivate this. The condition of development is already there. Thai is a person who creates himself. The condition of development. He creates Sangha. He creates environment of practice. But we just inherit whatever already there, already here. So we are much fortunate. And I want to emphasize this. There is one of my younger sister. Some years ago, she was so sick, and she was not so confident in whatever she was doing. And for me, I see that she's good already. I told her many times that it's okay, you are good enough. It's okay. I say from my heart. I told her from my heart that I see that it's okay. She's good enough. Just because she was asking herself quite a lot, and she didn't believe in me. She just say that, oh, you encourage me. I was not enough. I was not good enough. And I kept telling her that it's okay, it's okay. You good enough. And after maybe almost 2 years, she told me that, thank you so much, Shuko, thank you so much, sister. Thanks to your encouragement, until now I can believe that it's okay. And she said that now she can tell herself that it's okay. You are good enough, I am good enough, it's okay. So when I heard that, I felt very nourished about her story, because even I say that to her, but I didn't aware that I was watering a good seed in her, and it keep continue for almost 2 years. The condition of continuity, it manifests without my expectation, without her expectation, but until now she can feel self-confident much more, and that is a good news. So this is a lesson for me, that when you do something from your heart, even you don't expect, but it happen it will be very beautiful afterward. So keep doing it. Huh? So a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit confused for you. Just forget it. Just remember, then keep doing it. Do not give up. And we, the monastic brothers and sisters, we are trying our best. And me, I'm trying my best to be happy. And one of my vows is to live as a happy nun. So living as a happy nun for me is an enjoyable life. And also that is I don't know, I want to offer this vow to Thầy, to our teacher, because I can be here, I can be happy today, I can say something to you from my practice. It's thanks to Thầy. So I invite you to, if there's some joy or some happiness, some benefit from today, from this mindfulness day in Lower Hamlet, I invite every one of us. We'll gather it together and we will offer to our teacher. He's now in Thailand, in Plum village in Thailand, with so many brothers and sisters there, and he's working well. Yeah, thank you so much for being there, and I wish you have a nice day.